heat is on, the pigs are roasting, and the fans are hopeful that the same energy will be brought right to the field. Take a look right behind me. I mean, this is a sea of orange and green. The Miami Hurricanes haven't been to the championship since 2002. What does it mean that this event is taking place in the hometown of one of the teams competing in the championship? Florida Panthers, two-time champions, hoping to make a three-peat. So the Iceplex is full of energy. But fans can't help but think what the season will look like without their captain. For those of you who haven't heard of the Savannah Bananas, they're the viral sensation that's taking baseball by a storm. As you can see right behind me, you can even hear the sounds of the construction that's still being underway for Miami Freedom Park.
All right, you know that song, what a man, what a man, what a mighty fine man. Well, that's what I sound like when I'm talking about the New York Yankees, especially after this early season series against the Marlins.
Nearly 400 high school football players took the field Saturday, not for a game, but for a chance. Every drill, every rep evaluated. At the Orange Bowl Florida High School Football Showcase, the goal isn't a touchdown, it's a roster spot. 45 college coaches came to St. Thomas University searching for talent.
For many of these athletes, this showcase is more than football. It's a chance at higher education.
That would mean the world to me. I really just look at this opportunity as to get my education and to see if I can make it to the next level.
These are kids that are chasing dreams. These are kids that weren't the first that were chosen off the board, but still are keeping their will and their fight to be able to chase their dreams.
For many, football is a pathway to college. Division II programs can offer partial scholarships. Division III prioritizes academics, but both provide opportunity.
And sports and academics go hand in hand for 99.9% of athletes.
Coaches say they're recruiting more than athletes. They're looking for discipline, character, balance, and sometimes that evaluation takes seconds.
And as drills continue behind me, recruiters are watching closely, knowing one performance could change a player's future.
Since 2017, more than 400 student athletes have been recruited through the showcase, totaling over $9 million in financial aid. For many families, that impact is life-changing.
It makes me as a parent feel like all of the hard work that we put in, it wasn't in vain. So, I mean, any opportunity is a great opportunity, especially for him to fulfill his dream.
For all of the South Florida athletes here, this is a stepping stone, a chance for a better future. Reporting at St. Thomas University for Caplin News, I'm Nicolette Esper. Right through these doors is where Juliana Ramos's journey first began.
Juliana was something else.
And it's where discipline and perseverance became a way of life.
Juliana Ramos has been training here since she could walk. Now she's performing on the biggest stage in sports. Today, Juliana is a world-class martial artist and stunt performer, carrying her roots far beyond this dojo. For her, martial arts was never just a hobby. It was a family tradition.
While my mom was pregnant with me and I was in the belly, my dad had a karate school in Hialeah, and so, I was on the mats before I was even born.
Better Families Through Taekwondo in South Miami has trained families for decades, passing down values from one generation to the next.
When I got into stunts and the film and TV world, not only was it my skills that made me a standout, but also those tenets.
She's got incredible work ethic and someone that is always open to becoming better.
Her foundation in martial arts helped open doors into Hollywood and into major live performances.
Our work ethic and all the things that we do in silence and behind closed doors without an audience clapping for you are all the reasons why we were top picks and the people that they called for this Bad Bunny job.
For her instructors, her success represents more than fame.
I became like her own coach. She's like my little niece, And to be able to see achieving all this, it just brings happiness to me.
From this studio to international stages, her story continues to inspire the next generation. Alrighty, Masters. So after learning some interesting facts from Juliana and you as well, I think it's time for me to test out the waters a little bit on this mat.
Next level.
Yeah.
Boom. Now do it when I grab you. Whoa, good. Boom. You did great.
Okay, some a little bit. I think it might need a little bit more learning, hopefully to come back here. But for right now in South Miami-Dade for Caplin News, I'm Nicolette Esper. For those of you who haven't heard of the Savannah Bananas, they're the viral sensation that's taking baseball by a storm. They're trading in the traditional 9 innings for a 2-hour high-energy spectacle that's part baseball, part circus, and 100% pure entertainment. The best part is they came right back here to the 305.
So what exactly is Banana Ball? It's a high-energy twist on traditional baseball, faster, funnier, and full of surprises.
Well, I think a few years ago, ESPN called it the greatest show in sports, and we're trying to be the fastest, most entertaining game out there. And we're fortunate that we're having these games now in 1 hour and 52 hours, and just action-packed, and that's what we're trying to build.
Knowing how to play the game of baseball at a high level is important. That is why most players, like Miami native Armando Becerra, have a great history in the game.
Yeah, I have a long history in baseball. I went up to play in South Carolina, and in that region I got picked to play for the Bananas first in 2022, and pretty much once I finished at FIU, graduated, I pretty much got contacted by Coach Tyler Gillum to come play for the Party Animals, and here I am.
Whether it's the unique rules, the Miami vibe, or the love of the game, one thing's for sure, Banana Ball is changing the way we think about baseball. And for the fans and players alike, it's an experience they'll never forget.
The Savannah Bananas promise a baseball experience like no other, and of course, as you can see, they deliver every time. From the fans to the players, they are sure to leave with a smile on their face. You can visit thesavannahbananas.com to find out when they come to a stadium near you and maybe catch some Banana Ball of your own. For now, at Lone Depot Park, reporting for Sideline, I'm Nicolette Esper.
I'm Nicolette Esper, and the Sideline starts now. Inter Miami is set to make their first appearance in the FIFA Club World Cup, and with all the star power on their roster, expectations are high. Let's dive a little deeper into that game. Inter Miami entered Saturday's matchup against Philadelphia in good spirits. 3 wins, 1 loss, unbeaten to start 2025, and looking to keep the momentum going at Chase Stadium against the Union in a clash of the top 2 teams in the East. Fans didn't have to wait long to see the scoring get started. In the 23rd minute, it's Robert Taylor scoring Miami's first goal of the night, the first goal of his season, and the forward from Finland coming off a 5-goal campaign in 2024. Messi started the game on the bench, but delighted the home crowd when they saw him get up and sub in for Taylor in the second half. And assisted by Luis Suarez, Messi scored his second goal of the season only 2 minutes after his entrance. Miami held that 2-0 lead until the 80th minute when Philadelphia's Daniel Gazdag scored, but Miami's doing enough the rest of the way and did enough the rest of the way to take all 3 points. The final score was Inter Miami 2, Philadelphia Union 1. The Panthers' 7-game home win streak comes to an end as Montreal edges Florida 4-2. Despite goals from Reinhardt and Seth Jones on a beautiful feed from Barkov in his 800th career game, the Cats couldn't overcome the Canadians. Zuski's third period goal broke the tie, and Florida drops to just 1 point behind Toronto in the Atlantic. They'll get a chance for revenge Tuesday in Montreal before a huge showdown with the Leafs on Wednesday. Dolphins fans are in a frenzy after Tyreek Hill's teasing emoji responds to trade rumors. The star wide receiver liked a post asking if Miami should trade him, then dropped peace sign emojis on tweets calling him a top trade candidate. After a disappointing 8-9 season, Hill's social media activity has fans worried. Of course it does. We want to know, will the Cheetah demand a move, or is this just off-season drama? One thing is for sure, Dolphins Nation is demanding answers. For my L of the week, massive NBA draw that leads to 7 ejections. This was the biggest loss of the week. It was the Pistons versus the Timberwolves. Last night's game interrupted into pure chaos. 7
ejections, 12 technicals, and even a cameraman, you can see in the video, they get knocked over just trying to get this all on camera. It all started with a hard foul by Isaiah Stewart. You can see there escalated when Naz Reid and Ron Holland put fingers in faces, and of course, you know, disrespect becomes something, and that's what it breaks into. It exploded into full bench clearing brawl that spilled into the stands. Coaches were screaming, players were shoved, and yes, that poor cameraman definitely took a spill. Even owner Alex Rodriguez got involved, helping a young fan who was caught in the middle. When the whistles finally stopped, Detroit lost their coach and 4 players. Minnesota lost 2 players and an assistant coach. The final score of that game was Wolves, who won 123-104. But the real story was the complete loss of control on the court.
Crazy. That looked like a WWE fight more than an NBA game.
It's insane. But up next, we bring a special guest to talk hoops now, all around with the Miami Heat, FIU basketball, and of course, March Madness. We're going to take a timeout, but we'll see you right after the break. Now moving on to the Heat, who are on a 4-game winning streak. After dropping 10 in a row, they're making up some ground here. Anthony, tell me, what led to this turnaround? And just a reminder that if you want to keep up with updates, fun segments, and more from our crew, you can follow our Instagram for all things Sideline. Follow us at sideline.caplin. And that's it for today. I'm Nicolette Esper.